Because it is a different kind of thing. I mean, when you think back when we were all teenagers, we all thought, oh, God.
Yeah.
I've got the problems of the world dumped on my shoulder. And that's what your character has as well.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting to me is that, obviously I related to Craig's character and his struggle because I'm around his age.
Right.
But I think I've been getting people from all ages and both sexes and from all kinds of places all telling you that, they really related to the film, which is so interesting to me that it's such these feelings are so common.
Right. Yeah, because I think there are times through everybody's life it's like, you know what, I probably need to take some time off.
Yeah, definitely.
And go someplace and just detox the mind.
Yeah.
But it was, a whole interesting thing when the character gets there. It's, not this gloom and doom place that you'd almost think.
Yeah.
It's like just a lot of, people who are there with their own concerns, but happy people.
Yeah, I mean, when people hear psychiatric hospital, I think it brings to mind automatic just this picture of some horrible place where people are being given electroshock therapy or something.
Right.
But, that really isn't, I don't think, the case anymore. And I think because it's based on a book that was written about a real place, it's semi-autobiographical, this is maybe more, what it is like today in one of those places. So.
Right. Now, what'd you do actually just to get yourself prepared for it? Did you go and visit places or?
No, I feel Craig really wouldn't know what it was like inside one of those hospitals, so I just didn't really go myself.
Right. And then, of course, a psychiatric hospital is probably the last place anybody think they'd find love.
Yeah, exactly. He finds friendship and love, and really finds himself in this psychiatric hospital, and it sounds kind of, strange, but I think it works.
Right. And then also, one of his other pressures is having to make sure that mom and dad are happy.
Yeah.
Because Dad wants you to go to that special
it's the
school?
Gates Scholastic Summer Semester. I think I've said it enough times, yeah, okay.
Right. But he really doesn't want to go. Craig doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Craig's a pleaser, and he wants everybody to think he's fine, and but in actuality, he's really, really unhappy, and that's the reality of the situation, and he realizes that kind of as the movie goes along. Right.
Then he also has to deal with the fact, your best friend has a girlfriend who's really, attractive.
Yes.
To say the least. And it's like, and he loves her, or, has feelings, I should say, as well.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very, very trouble. I mean, Craig has this friend, Aaron, who's just, he's everything Craig wants to be or thinks he wants to be. He's got an awesome girlfriend, he's got perfect marks, and he does no work. And so that really contributes to Craig's stress.
Right. I think we all had friends like that, too, in high school.
Yeah,
so,
probably.
That one guy. And then, lastly, Zach, of course, Craig meets his character in the hospital. And this guy not only becomes his friend, but his mentor and helps him.
Yeah, they form this really interesting relationship. This grown man, he's obviously gone through a lot in his life, and he's at a real low point. And then, Craig comes in, and he thinks he's at the end of his life, and he realizes, maybe it's not that bad.
But then he meets you, who winds up becoming his friend, his mentor, and good buddy.
Fortunate for him, I think, that that was the case. And I think also fortunate for Bobby, the character that I play, is that this kid comes into his life and it kind of gives him a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off of hopes a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like you said, your guy's in, you've been married and, had a kid, and you still want to be a good dad, but obviously just with everything that had been dumped on him, per se, it's like, how's this stuff going to work out for me?
Yeah, it's a struggle enough to raise a child, and then trying to do it from a payphone at a mental place, this is doubly tough.
Right, because it's like, Daddy, where are you? At the zoo? No.
Nope. I'm at the payphone again.
It's like, oh, okay.
Dad's not answering his payphone.
Or somebody else is in line. Hello?
Yeah, Dad. No, it's the Egyptian guy.
Just when you mentioned, a lot of funny characters in this movie. My goodness, because even the one guy who can't stand sound.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're in a place where there's going to be nothing but sound.
Yeah, that's a great character. Yeah, the whole cast, I think, was such specific things.
Yeah.
And really performed well, and I think everybody kind of played played, I don't want to say crazy, but played
Yeah.
it well.
Right.
I don't want to say crazy. They played the nuts very well.
Yes, there you go. There you go. And when you think about a place like that, the last thing you'd ever think is that somebody, especially a 16-year-old, would go there and fall in love.
Right. Well, the device in the movie is that because of budget cuts, the adults and the kids have to kind of try to get help together.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of interesting if you find a romance, and it's hard enough to find a girlfriend, and then you try to do it there, but it worked out for them.
For yourself, what did you do actually, like, just to get prepared for something like this?
I gained 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my excuse. I went and hung out at a couple mental hospitals, and that's what I did, and kind of observed. And I'm not much of a researcher, but for this one, I felt like I needed to do that.
All right.
So that's what I did.
It is kind of a funny story when you think about even just the one part where your character and the character of Craig, both in a psychiatric hospital, and that'd be the last place you'd ever think you'd ever find love.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's what's really cute about it is they do form this friendship, and you think like they probably never would have met in the real world, and it's kind of like fate.
And what did you even do to just get yourself prepared for something like this?
It was so much fun to work on. I mean, I'd been a fan of the book forever, and reading the script, I just fell in love with it. And Anna and Ryan, the directors, had a very similar vision of, my character in the movie as a whole that I did, which I really loved. And the whole cast, I think, is just so perfect. I mean, I can't imagine anyone else playing any of these roles, which I think is really rare in a movie.
It's hard enough being a teenager in the first place, no matter
Yeah.
what generation you come from.
Yeah, no, some people don't really handle the pressure very well, and they take it to an extreme. And I hope that they can see this movie and kind of feel a little better.